friends and followers. It's good to see you today. Today I'm recording on Halloween Day, October 31st, and I'm recording from an airport on my way to Denver. Some will say this is my natural habitat to see me here in an event. You know how I travel a lot, you know how I'm all constantly on the road. So remember that story from the last episode where I fly from Seattle to San Diego to Atlanta to Boston, and Boston to Detroit to, which I did last week. Here's the graphic over here. Well, the reason I'm doing this is because a couple of days ago I caught myself doing something that I said I wouldn't do, and because I use the same airlines, I get basically a certain amount of points. And as you get points throughout the year, you know how I travel a lot, you know how I'm all constantly on the road. And because I use the same airlines, I get basically a certain amount of points. And as you get points throughout the year, you get upgraded to the better tiers of loyalty. So in Delta, which is my airline, it's between Diamond and it's a plane, that's cool. The biggest tier is Platinum. Before that is Diamond. So I am going to be, based on calculations that I've done, about maybe about 15,000 miles from achieving Platinum, which is the ultimate, and you get certain things within. Between Diamond and Platinum, there's about 50,000 miles, and essentially I'm going to be short 15. So what I caught myself doing on the flight down is trying to figure out how can I achieve those 15,000 miles, so I'm not short on that. And I started looking at flights, the longest flights. There's this one flight from Seattle to from Sydney, which is about 18 hours. That will give me a total of about 17,000 miles on Platinum miles or Medallion qualifying miles. And it will cost me $900, but I will still be short about a few thousand miles. So it's kind of like one of those things that you start kind of calculating where do you want to fly for the weekend, so you can achieve the miles associated with that. After a while, I just started, after thinking about this, I started saying, how silly is this for me to do that? I'm already in the tier next to the top. I'm not going to gain that much for it, but at the same time, how silly it is for me to start thinking that I need to be always in the top tier. It's kind of like a little bit silly and ridiculous, and I thought you would enjoy the story. In any event, short summary of the story is I am not going to go on flight to Sydney or to Shanghai or 18-hour flight each way to be able to achieve a certain Platinum status or a certain status, so I can keep getting upgrades on my short flights. I'm just not that kind of person. I said I wasn't going to be that kind of person. So again, just a quick, very quick vlog. I thought you would enjoy it. So if you're listening to this on the podcast, right behind me there's a beautiful blue sky. I'm in San Jose, California, and I am enjoying, it's a little bit chilly as you can see from my head jacket. Do check my YouTube channel if you're listening to the podcast. If you're listening to the podcast, please go ahead and check out my YouTube channel. Everything can be found at jorgep.com, and I really appreciate you listening. Cheers.